Alright, I'm going to try this again. Well, I'll go back down here in a minute. I bought this book here. Unlock Your Identity. 90-Day Devotional Journal by T.D. Jakes. I did it kind of on an accident. I guess it really wasn't an accident. It was meant to be, but Tara Malia, she's my Herbalife mentor. I don't know, life mentor, whatever you want to call her. Friend. Met her through Herbalife. But it was her that suggested I get me a King James Version Bible Amplified, or a New Living Translation of the Bible. And when I went out to check out for that Amplified one at Barnes & Noble, I ran into this, and just something told me to grab it. What it was, I don't know, but I followed. I just followed, so that's how I ended up with this. She told me that I needed to just study, and that was it. She didn't tell me anything. So, I'm opening up the Bible, just flipping through it and doing this, that, reading whatever just felt like I needed to read that day. So, in the process, the first thing I open up is, what was it? Psalms, I think it was. Yeah, Psalms. That was the first thing I opened up, and I was reading a bunch of Psalms. And, then, and it was because I wanted to get answers about, like, getting what you asked for, and such forth. And it just so happened to be that one of the indexes in the back pointed me to Psalms. Well, I read a little bit of that, and then one day I just opened it up, and right there it is. It's in Job. So I'm reading Job, and I made a comment about Job on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And then I go back to finish reading it because, well, I just felt like that's what I needed to do, was finish reading it. And, excuse me. A long day. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. But anyhow, so before I go back to reading it, I decided for some reason to open this up. When I did, the very first thing I saw was, your hands have made me and fashioned me, Job 10:8. I was like, wow. Something's telling me I need to do this along with that at the same time. So I'm like, all right, here it goes. Then I read it, and then I posted it on Facebook last night. And when I posted it on Facebook, it was also because I'm in a call every Monday. And some of the things that have been said in that call have been, like, pointed out to me. It's like it's talking to me personally. So I just been following things, man. Just following it as I felt I needed to. It's like I've said on Facebook a couple times, I'm on my own path. I go where I'm pointed. And that's pretty much how things have been working for me for the last 9 months, almost a year now. So, like one of the things is don't be afraid to share what you have to say, because somebody out there needs to hear it. You're not the only one. And Tara's been challenging me more and more and more to be more open, I guess. So that's why I posted it on Facebook last night. So I'm glad all you guys joined me. I'm hoping that more join. You're more than welcome to add people to the group. I think everybody can add people to the group. So, we can make this huge, or it can just stay with just us, whatever the case may be. God, I look like I'm looking off weird on the thing. I'm looking straight directly at it, but for some reason, when I'm looking at me, my eyes are off to the side. But anyhow, so for those of you who don't know who Mr. Jakes is, I'm going to go back to the back and tell you. Okay? T.D. Jakes is a #1 New York Times best-selling author of more than 25 books. His ministry program, The Potter's Touch, is watched by 3.3 million people every week. He has produced Grammy Award-winning music and such films as Heaven is for Real, which I didn't know that. I didn't know he produced Heaven is for Real. That's kind of cool. Sparkle and Jumping the Broom. As a master communicator, T.D. Jakes hosts Megafest, Women Thou Art Loosed, and other conferences attended by tens of thousands. So that's who T.D. is. The introduction to this book, let me get to that too, because I want to make sure that everybody understands what this is about. Because, let's see, the book was published 2017. It doesn't give the actual month, so it's a pretty new book, so I'm not sure how many people actually have had this, seen it, or even know it's out there yet. So the introduction to this is here we go. God wants his children to be confident in their roles as born-again members of his family. Unlocking their genuine identity is the key to assuming your right and privilege to sit at the king's table and receive your divine inheritance. Many people approach this question of purpose by looking outside of themselves for their purpose, destiny, or meaning in life. The very key to knowing your purpose is discovering and celebrating your personal identity. When you know who you are, how you have been intricately designed by the master craftsman, and discover that you have been uniquely gifted to fulfill a divine calling, you will stop oogling over others' clothes she has, or dream about having his job, or her house, or his country club membership. To fulfill your purpose, you must first know and celebrate your identity. In this age of social media, we are bombarded with images that constantly tell us the grass is greener greener over here. But in reality, social media often exposes us only to the best of someone's life, which is true. We see on Facebook all kinds of everybody being happy, not the bad things that happen every day. So that is very true. You only see the ups and are rarely exposed to the downs of the humdrum normalcy of everyday life. Every moment spent envying another person is a moment spent living outside of your life purpose. God did not create you to be jealous of anyone else. He created you uniquely to fulfill your destiny. In the journey through the next 90 days, I give you permission to stop looking at others' lives and longing for what they have. You are going to see from the example of two of the most powerful Old Testament prophets, Elisha and Elijah, that your identity is not wrapped up in someone else's. It's distinctly yours. You will discover why it is important to invest your time, resources, and energies into good soil that will ultimately produce a harvest in your life. This is about finding your place of deposit. And then it says, discover who you are. Celebrate your unique identity in Christ. Fulfill your purpose and be the solution the world is waiting for. Peter 2:10 NLT, which I'm taking it is this right here, NLT, New Living Translation. So that's what I'm taking it as. Once you had no identity as a people, now you are God's people. Once you received no mercy, now you have received God's mercy. So that's the introduction. All right, day 1. I know I posted it, pictures of it in the group, but this is a video I said I would read. Reading has never been one of my strong suits, so I'm very, very much out of my comfort zone. But I am doing this because I feel it here that I'm supposed to be doing it. And I've been challenged to do it. So, and she's been like a guiding light to me. So whatever her challenge is probably what I'm supposed to be doing in the first place, even if I feel it or don't feel it. So day 1, and we're going to start this tonight. No, I'm going to post this today. We'll start it actually tomorrow. So what I'm posting today will be tomorrow's assignment, or however you want to look at it, as our prayer. But this is to hold us all accountable. We're all going to start at the same spot because I added people late at night and such forth. And this video will allow other people to be able to go back and, if we add them to it, go back and be able to start their 90 days. Because it really don't matter how we go about this. Everybody can start their 90 days however they start it. Even if you add them 10 days from now. They still can start on day 1 and follow through. So here's day 1. You have a purpose. This is Psalms 139, 13 through 16, NIV. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. So, all right. Again, the title is You Have a Purpose. You have a purpose. You were created on purpose. You were formed, fashioned, and knit together by a skilled craftsman. Not by some arbitrary cosmic explosion. You're not an accident. You're not an incident. You are not a mistake. You are not just a glob of protoplasmic material that is the result of a reckless night or weekend between two passionate lovers. You are not just a mere mixing together of DNA. Your hands have made me and fashioned me. Job 10:8. You have a divine purpose. You are allowed access into this dimension of life by the nod of the Creator himself. That you would be strategically placed at this time, at this age, in your gender, in your ethnicity, with your gifting, and with your talent for God's divine purpose. Even the wealthiest person on the planet could not offer up any suitable form of tinder that could purchase purpose. Surely they wish purpose could have a dollar value assigned to it, because then the relentless nagging of their souls could be silenced. They could rest easy knowing that the one unknown of life has been secured. Purpose is priceless, while purposelessness is very costly. I will read this again because that is kind of like, it's like a key part of this little section. Purpose is priceless, while purposelessness is costly. To know your purpose in life is priceless. But to have no purpose, it's the most costly thing in the world, because it costs you your time, your energy, your value, your everything. So I understand what that means. You know, to be given purpose in life is so much value, has so much value to it. And once you find that out, man, your life is so full. It takes on a whole nother meaning, because you're like totally full. You know, you can fill every bit of it. But when you have no purpose, man, you're empty. So I can understand that. You can live in this world and make all the money you could ever dream of, and be beautiful, highly educated, and accomplish whatever you want. But if you die without accomplishing your purpose, you are a failure, a reject, and a fool. You're a failure, a reject, and a fool if you die without accomplishing your purpose. And to me, that just means you die empty. I'm not sure exactly what he means by it, but to me it means you die empty. Now here's what we're supposed to do. This is what your like little assignment is tonight, tomorrow. Tomorrow when you pray. During your prayer time, focus on these truths. You are not an accident. You are not an incident. You're not a mistake. God made you for a special purpose. Again, you're not an accident. You're not an incident. You're not a mistake. God made you for a special purpose. Pray that you will realize just how special you are to God. That He created you for this very moment. And that He loves you just the way you are. He created each and every one of us for this very moment right here. Or the very moment tomorrow. Or the very moment the next moment. Every moment, every second that we live, He created us for that second, that moment. That is what I get out of it. So pray. Pray for these things. Focus on these things. Even during your day when you're just out and about. Focus on them. Focus that you're not a mistake. Focus that you're not an incident. Focus. You're not an accident. Everything you do is not an accident. It's not a mistake. It's not an incident. You're meant for that moment in time. I don't know. I'm not really good at prayer yet. I guess that'd be what I work on throughout this. Maybe by the time it's over, I'll be good at praying and such forth. That's it. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. God bless. Thanks for joining me.